Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Bought this today, second hand, knew nothing about it. Spoke to the woman. I said, does it work? Because it wouldn't turn on. She said, yeah, it works. There's nothing wrong with it. So I'll get it back. I see that was something on the back. I took no notice. I thought, must have spilled something on it. But yeah, let's have a look. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all. But I'm going to see if I can get it working. So let me get these batteries out and see if I can clean up that junk with a bit of vinegar. 1 second, I'll be back. Well, I've tried cleaning it with a bit of isoponic alcohol and my best toothbrush. It's not really doing fine, so I'm going to take it apart, take the back off. Don't even know if it works, but I can't see it working with incrustation like that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just absolutely covered. So I need to take this off, try to unsolder that and get that off the board, and then soak it in some vinegar and see if I can use some. I've got some paint, that metallic paint. So let's see if that works. I'm going to undo this quickly. Let me just get a bit for it. Well, I'm just undoing the screws, as you can see, nice and easy, nothing too difficult here, and should be done in a second. Right, you need one of these little foam flappy shites to get this open. So let me get this off because there's a few bits and pieces, that buttons and everything connected to it. Hope it works. I paid £2 for that. Hope it works. Let me see. Hold on. Right, it's just connected by this one ribbon band into that hole there, and I just pulled the grey things forward on the side with just a little thin screwdriver, and then the ribbon band popped straight off. So then now this is completely separate from it. I don't know what that red wire is, that's just loose, but it looks like nothing has been connected to it. So, and then this is it now, and that, I don't know what that end is. Does that just join them up and gives us 3 volts? Is that what it is? So let me get this out. I've got to unsolder this now, so I've got to go and get my soldering iron and solder that from that board, which is the power board. Looks fine there, it's just this side that's in a bad place, but I need to go and set up, get a extension lead, get my soldering iron and desolder that, and then I'll be able to get that rusty old thing out. Right, just waiting for this old beast to heat up. Should be around the 450 mark. Takes a while. I'm working in the great outdoors today. I bought this second hand at the boot sale. I can't remember what it was, about £5. I think they're only about £20 in store. But it's a really good heavy duty soldering iron. Got one for delicate stuff. It only came with one tip as well, by the way, but I'm thinking you can buy one. That tip is worn out. Let me see it. See it? It's worn into a big flat. Looks like an old nail. But I'll tell you what, it's been good. I'll have to grind that down to a tip. I've got a little grinding wheel, which I also bought at a boot sale for £5, which is absolutely gutless, but it still does a little job, cleans up things. Might clean up that a bit as it goes. I'll put a little wire wheel on it. So I think I've got something else to clean that up with a drill. Oh, that might be high enough. Let's have a look. Come on, you old git. Sometimes you've got to flow a bit more now. Yeah, that's lovely. It's warming it up. Right, they're unsoldered, as you can see. Just got that little rusty old tab there. Let me get a pair of pliers. I can see that just snapping off, and then we're going to have to make something. You and me are going to have to make a new one. But let's see. Let me get a pair of pliers. Right, I ain't got any pliers for the handy. But what I have got is a pair of cutters. So if we get these cutters on here, well, that's just falling off. But it's literally just falling off. We're going to have to make a new one. Damn, that's literally just crusted away. Literally. Damn. Let me get it out, hold on. Right. I think they've glued it on, right? Because I've got this knife. I'll try and get it in there. Look, it's just falling apart. I think this, I'm not sure if this is just a memory because it takes a what's it called? Look at that. I was going to soak that and all, but that's nothing to soak. Right. So I reckon a bit of tin that size and a big blob of solder on it, on that one. I don't know what the other one had. By a blob on both sides, I think. So I need a bit of tin to go in there with a bit of thing that goes over there to hold it in. At least I didn't glue it in, it was just slotted in that thing. That little tab on the back held it in. So right, let me find a bit of tin. Oh, tin, crap. Right, so I've cut that out of an old diesel heater case because I kept it for a rainy day. And it's raining. Well, it's sunny, but I use my old tin snips. I've had these since I was about 25, maybe. But yeah, I use the tin snips. So now I'm going to mark it up there and cut it. It's just going to be a little square with a little tab on it. Nothing too difficult. I'll probably use that end if it's long enough. And let me get something to measure it and mark it, and then we'll carry on, won't we? Little top tip for you people: if you're going to do this and make one of these, right? It's got paint on it, right? Before you make this little small thing, this tiny little thing, rub the paint off first, because it's a bit of a bugger. Trying to hold it. Right, I've got my little thing here. I'm not going to be able to do this and solder it at the same time, so you're going to have to trust me that it was me and I didn't send it off somewhere. So let me solder this. I think I just need to put 2 bumps on it, because on the here it shows it as, I don't know if you can see it, a plus down the bottom and a minus, plus and a minus. So it's going to need a spring in it, and I ain't got a spring. I'm going to need a spring. So that's going to be the blob, and then I'm going to need to solder some kind of spring on there. I'm going to have to make a spring or find one from something else. So let me just solder that piece on then. I don't know why I thought it was 2 blobs. It's not, it's a spring, just like that side there. Right, well, let me get that one on. Alright, I've got that one on. It looks like it's taken. I wanted it more here, but it just wouldn't do it. Let me see if I can put a bit more there. that's a little bit better. Now I've got to go and find a spring for that other side. I'll have some somewhere. Right. 1 second, people. Well, I've got that old thing. That was a spring that was holding an Allen key on a ring. It's the only thing I can get at the moment. It's a bit tall, a bit big. It's big, a lot bigger than that one. But might cut that end bit off. So let me just get back and cut that off. Thinking about it, I'm not going to cut it off. I'm going to get some solder on there. Then I'm going to try and solder that to there. And then I'll see. Right, let me try and do it. I'm going to have to do it off camera because I've only got one hand. Alright? Well, 2 hands, but I can't hold it with a camera. Alright, hold tight. Bad news, bad news. That spring, when I was soldering it on, it fell off, fell on the floor, and as they say in the hood, it bounced. And do you think I can find it? It's literally fallen right in front of me. It seems to have blended into the background somewhere. So yeah, it's bounced. It's gone to a better place. Alright, I found that in my stock. It's a shorter spring, but I'll have to stretch it. It's fatter as well, which ain't no good. But I'm going to have to break that off of there and try and get this going. Right, hold tight. Right, I've cut that one down. It's a lot shorter than the other one, but I'm going to stretch it. I've just got to heat it up and get it on there. I've just turned this soldering iron on again. I'll put a bit more juice on it and then see if I can get that on there. Hopefully this one will hold and we'll be able to move forward with this. But it looks promising. Doesn't look like anything's leaked inside there. So what I'll do is I'll get this on and have a good look. Lucky it was this side really. I think if it was that side, I think we'd have a bit more problems. It probably would have destroyed the board. It's all like rusty look there. I didn't use the vinegar. I may do before I put it back together. So let's carry on with this. Okay, we've got that on now. I don't know where that's going to hold. I've got a couple of spots there and got another spot around the side here as well. So let me just clean that up with some bit of isoponic. I'll get some vinegar for that as well while I'm doing it. Alright, I've cleaned it up. The back's come up a little bit better, nothing too special. What I don't understand is, why did I unsolder them two? There's no need to unsolder them. They don't need cleaning. Well, I could do with a little bit of cleaning, but I'm not going to bother. I'm going to need to solder them back on, and then I'm going to get the other flap in. Then I'm going to put it back together and look for, get a couple of batteries, and I'll now look for what's it called, a lead. All right, let me solder them together. And then right, we got them soldered back on nice and good. Unsoldered for nothing, but never mind. Right, let's get this bit back in there. Right, I've got that little flap bent over. That is in there. Ain't looking too shabby, people, is it really? Once that cover's on, you close your eyes, you'll never even notice. So let's put that back together now. It's just putting them screws back in. I'm going to get rid of a few of these toys off of the table because it's driving me doo-dally. And then yeah, I'll look for a lead. Alright, put that little ribbon cable back in. So it's just a matter now of putting the I don't know what that red wire is though. Oh. But it doesn't look like it's been soldered or anything. I don't know what it is. Is it like a temperature gauge or whatever? But I'm going to put the screws back together. These are meant to be about £50 or £40. Don't know why. To me, it just feels like a cheap plastic Chinese load of, you know. Right, I'll screw it back together. Find the lead. Right, I can't find a lead. I've found a couple of batteries. Let me get them in and then put the bag back on. Let me get them in now. Oh, did you hear the beep? It's not nice. It will be when it's polished up. Let's have a look. In the dark, a bit more realistic. There we go. That's a lot nicer, isn't it? Sensor on it. Yeah, I quite like that. Right, I think I'm going to wrap it up with that. I know that's a bit of a long-winded, but I think that's quite a clever repair, really. It's done, considering what it was. It's pretty easy repair as well. So if you do buy something that's a bit crusty, now you know. And there you go. A lovely little weather station for £2. How about that? And I bet they sold it because of that. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And hopefully the next one will be a good. I quite enjoyed this. Just sitting out in the garden doing this. It's a nice day. Just nice and breezy. And yeah. Thanks for watching, people. See you on the next one.